You know, when I was a young man, God wasn't spoken about in my house. But somehow I heard about Jesus, and it profoundly affected me as a young man. And it may have only been 2 or 3 encounters where people spoke about Jesus, but I was very profoundly moved. I think when I was a teenager, I was part of a culture that was more geared towards Satan than God. And, I started making wrong choices. And when you start making wrong choices, if you don't have God or Jesus in your heart, you keep making wrong choices. And these wrong choices kept accumulating. It all changed in 2004. My son was abducted, and I haven't seen him since. And it immediately humbled me, but I still didn't have a relationship with God. So I made wrong choices, and I ended up turning towards substances to heal my pain. I was lost for many years. I felt like I was one of the walking dead. I was just a dead man. It was a very painful time, and in the height of my substance abuse. And I remember one night I was on my floor and I was so obliterated I couldn't get up. And I remember, praying to God for like the second time in my life. And I remember saying, God, please give me another chance. Please let me have a wonderful woman come into my life and love me. And I actually said, and I would love to have a daughter. And within 3 weeks, Nadia showed up in my life, my current wife. So we moved forward in our relationship, and I couldn't kick my substances, and we were struggling, and then when my beautiful daughter was born, 2018, and I was trying to be a good man, but I kept sinking and sinking and sinking and sinking, to the point where, I didn't want to live, even though I had a beautiful daughter and a beautiful partner. And one day, it was as if, I don't know if Jesus kicks doors open, but it was as if he kicked the front door open of our house, and he came in, and he said, I'm not leaving. It's not always acts, it's faith. And I thought, well, I don't deserve this. And the most remarkable things started to happen in our life. We moved across the country. We ended up living out of a car. We encountered all kinds of problems. But the more problems we encountered, the closer we got to God. Both of us, my wife and I, without knowing it separately, ended up going to the same church. Check it out. The first time I'd ever been in church in a long time. I started understanding, one of the biggest things that I've learned, that is very important, is that Jesus died for us all. And anytime I have hatred or separation in my heart, it's a beautiful thing to turn to understand that. And I struggled with Jesus was great for everybody, but I was so bad that I could not be at the table. But he kept coming. He kept coming. I feel included at the table. And it's the most beautiful feeling in the world. It's like he reached down and pulled me out. And here I am. The renewing of my mind has begun. So I want to be baptized because I want to begin my process of sanctification. And I want to have a heart that sees people the way Jesus sees people. And I want a renewing of my mind and my soul. And I want to be covered with the blood of Christ. And I want to begin my covenant. And it seems like a very good part of the process.